This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Welcome to the Morning Hookup. Elijah, YZ. Beautiful Friday morning. It's game day. Is that weird to say?
It's never going to not be weird.
It's weird.
It's the Big Ten's trying to make it normal. It's never going to feel normal.
Never.
It's a great Friday night. This might be the best Friday night of college football this season.
There's some good games.
But it's still Friday night football still just it don't feel right.
No. And my one also, I'm really happy if it's going to happen. It doesn't happen here in town. I don't want it to be in town. I know we've had it, but I just don't want it to be in town. There's so much great high school football around the area.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to take away from it with all these kids out there in the Friday night football. But again, Friday night football, Nebraska, Minnesota, 7 p.m. on Fox.
Do you know how you avoid Friday night home games?
Be better.
Win enough games that you have some leverage over the Big Ten. You know, it's Ohio State and Michigan and Penn State aren't playing on Friday nights.
Win.
Which I think it's frustrating that we don't make Ohio State, Penn State, and like Oregon's. They should be playing on a Friday night because you know what? They would draw eyes, but they have the power over the Big Ten to say,
no,
we win football games. We're not going to risk one game on a Friday night.
You can't make me.
My question is with a Friday night football game, will it add to viewership or it take away from viewership? Because I kind of like Friday night college football. It's still not the same as like a college football Saturday.
No,
it feels like just this little like throw in like, oh, cool, there's football on tonight for the folks around America.
No, it's just odd. It's odd when you look at it. But again, 7 o'clock tonight, we're going to get into talk about Nebraska, Minnesota, preview that. We're also going to talk a little baseball, Thursday night football. Hello, throwback quarterbacks last night. Oh my goodness. We'll go through that. And what the question being is, if what you watched last night, if the trajectory, your thoughts on Cincinnati changed last night watching that. Maybe not. I don't know. Could be a flash in the pan. We don't know, but that'd be a question we ask. We'll have score predictions. Jeff Moats, the Almanac, will come on. We'll talk some football, high school football, because that's still going on. There was a game last night. Shout out North Platte for making the trip. Good for you.
Yikes.
Also, 2 more chances on the morning hookup to win $2,000. Fright is the key word now. FRIGHT, fright. North Platte had no fright last night.
That'll be called fight.
Fight or fright. KF4now.com, fright, FRIGHT. But I want to kick it off because obviously there's been the rumors are swirling. They continue to swirl. They won't stop. Elijah and I kind of talked about this last night through text and this morning. It's getting old. We're tired of it already because it's going to continue. We said it was just the beginning, right? Just the beginning. Coach Rule was on Pat McAfee yesterday. He had a lot to say. But you can take it down 2 different roads.
Yeah, he had a lot to say, but we learned nothing. And that's the time of this drama we're in. So if you missed it yesterday, Curt Cignetti signed a big extension at Indiana. I kind of expected this because Cignetti is a chip on his shoulder type of guy. And I think he wants to go kick the living crap out of every team that passed on him, especially the Blue Bloods.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's happy at Indiana because, hey, you passed on me whenever you could have had me. You didn't think much of me. You never thought much of Indiana. All right, we're going to come into your place and kick your tails.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the Curt Cignetti chip on his shoulder. I think he's very happy Indiana. And Indiana, despite all their recent lack of success in football, well, that I shouldn't say recent. It goes on for decades. They have the resources to go build a winner. And they showed it yesterday with how much they're going to pay Cignetti to coach there. They have the resources to build a winner. He's locked in with them. So the natural conversation becomes, well, Rule must be the top candidate now, right? Here's where I'll push back on that. We don't know a damn thing.
We know nothing.
We have learned nothing from what Pat Kraft said in terms of what they're looking for. Okay, he gave some of the canned answers. We want a guy who recruits well, who goes and finds talent in the transfer portal, who motivates his guys and runs a clean program. Okay, every school in America wants that. I saw some people say, well, he's talking about Matt Rule. He could be talking about 40 different head coaches across the country. And then what we've heard from Rule. Well, he has a lot of love for State College, but right now his feet are in Nebraska. He loves Nebraska. He's focused on building this into a beast. Okay, awesome. What have we learned? Nothing.
Nothing.
What do we know already? dang near nothing. Maybe that there's some connections between Rule and Penn State, and people have love for their alma mater. Okay, breaking news there. We don't know.
I think the only thing you know right now
thing.
is the fact that his name is going to be there till the end.
Yes,
That's it. I think right now what you know is whether you're like, I don't care what you're thinking.
well, we know his name is going to be there from a media point of view.
Yeah,
Well,
right now.
from the actual coaching search, will he be there? We have no idea. It would make sense.
I know,
but we don't know.
Yeah, I know Nebraska fans got happy yesterday when he talked about Nebraska being a destination job, and he said Penn State will get their coach. And he kind of gave the little thing like this. You can take away from that kind of stuff and go, oh, it's done. It's not him. But we don't know.
We're grasping
Paul
at straws.
Feinbaum this morning said, everything he did yesterday on Pat McAfee said, I want the job. Hire me today. It's a different way you could look at it. But we don't know. Like you said, we don't know anything except the fact that this team should be talked about, and we're focused tonight at 7 o'clock, Minnesota.
We can analyze this all we want. No one in the media is going to have any information about what Penn State is looking for right now. No one in the media is going to have any insight on what Matt Rule wants to do right now. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I know that people want us to talk about it. I'm not going to tell you anything that is different than what you can formulate in your own head. Whatever you want to hear is what you're going to hear right now.
Yep. And what this does, every time either Coach Rule talks, every time he goes to the podium, it's going to get annoying to him, I think, because of the questions, the speculation, all that. All it does for us sitting here on every show, whether it be the Average Joe Sports Show, like the KFR News this morning, it puts it on our sheet to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell you the same thing. Yeah, he looked great yesterday, by the way, on Pat McAfee in his Husker shirt and saying the things. What do we know? His name will be there until it's not, or it is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Over under 3.5 mentions on the broadcast tonight of the Penn State thing.
Oh, I don't even know.
Over under 3.5.
I don't know.
I think I'll slam the over on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna slam the over on something. Trevor, good point. Trevor said, "Good morning, Trevor." By the way, good morning, Randy. 40 said, Feinbaum said Rule wants to leave for Penn State. Now I know Rule isn't leaving.
Pull up the link, Kiffin quit. Paul Feinbaum's great at being wrong. That's paraphrasing for Kiffin. But SEC Media Days 2 years ago was great.
Ronnie 40, I'm with you. If he actually got a chance to punt, can we go back to talking about our superstar punter? Yeah, we got a chance.
The question I also have is how many Penn State fans are we watching this Husker game tonight? Like whenever Nebraska was targeting Scott Frost, I'm like, oh, let's turn on the UCF game and see what they're doing there. I'm a UCF fan now. I wonder how many Penn State fans are going to be Nebraska fans moving forward.
To me, it's going to continue to run wild. I brought the question up. Was it yesterday when I asked, or maybe I don't even know, is every win or every loss, the noise will get louder. If you win and you keep winning and you're in the conversation, it gets loud. Oh, man. Da-da-da. If you lose a couple of games going out, you're going, oh, no, he's got to get out. He's definitely getting out. But again, we don't know anything. Zero. Is he happy where he's at right now? Sounds like it. Do we have a football game tonight at 7 o'clock? Yep. Are we wearing white? Yep. Elijah, Kobe said Elijah's the only one that listened and wore white.
Not
on my hat.
They're not only wearing white, they're wearing pink.
Yes.
Pink cleats.
So
pink face mask.
This can be
pink
awesome.
and on the side of the helmet, you got a pink stripe.
So this is awesome. This is what I'm doing because I know he's not listening. So I'm going to my buddy's house. And I've talked about my buddy Murr, who is a super, super duper traditionalist. Super duper. Like, if he said, like, you can never watch another Husker game ever, blah, 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 whatever. You got to wear red to the, like, you got to wear black to the blackout. He'd wear red and never go again. He's a traditionalist. This is going to blow his mind tonight. I have an outfit picked out to wear to his house because he's hosting tonight.
Why you have outfit picked out?
He might kick me out. I'm talking about, I got a pink hat.
Ooh.
I got a white, like a Husker, like smock type thing that's short, like a golf.
Well, that's fine.
I'm going white pants.
You can't go dressed like it's a Diddy party.
I have a sweet pair of pink shoes that I bought, Dunks. I am going to tip the scale when I walk into his house tonight.
You got to make, if anyone in there is wearing white head to toe, you better make a Diddy party joke. Hooksy.
It is already set.
Oh, you
I'm
going,
like,
you going to the after party after this?
oh my gosh, it is going to be awesome.
He's all set for the freak off.
Oh my God, it's going to be awesome. Ernesto, what up? Good morning. But it's just something to address. He talked. Every time he talked about it, here's the worst one I heard. Well, he says he wasn't going to talk about it in the season, but he talked about it, so he must want it. Oh, gosh, come on. Or the fact that people are drawing conclusions on each interview, and he's got like the Husker helmet, the Husker helmet, the Husker helmet, and then he's in an Adidas shirt.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that one, right? Like, come on,
Don't
people.
go on Husker Facebook because
Don't even look.
You will find
'Cause
every
it's-
conspiracy theory possible.
And it's on the timelines. Like you stop and look at one, you got them all now. I do know this. He's in Minnesota tonight. We're playing the Gophers. 7:00. He's our coach.
Do you think PJ Fleck is wearing socks tonight? That's maybe the more important question.
Yuck.
Socks for PJ Fleck, or is he going to wear capris and loafers again?
Look like Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
I'll admit it, man. I like Fleck. He's fun to hate. He sits down with us at Big Ten meetings every year. He's
the best
fun.
part. That's a great thing. He's fun to hate.
Yeah. PJ Fleck is fun to hate.
He's got the
Big
punchable
Ten,
face.
The Big Ten is better with PJ Fleck in it. Because every single time I see him on the sideline, my blood does boil just a little bit. And that's fun. You know what? If everyone was all hunky-dory in the Big Ten, there'd be no fun to it. It's fun to have that guy on the sideline that you hate because there is deep down that little bit of respect. PJ Fleck, man, he's insufferable with his row the boat and all those like coachinisms he pulls out. But damn it, does he win football games?
Yeah, but I just want to see him one time when he sprints to the other end of the field, trip and fall.
He's fun to hate.
He's punchable. He's a punchable face.
You guys remember the thumbs from Spy Kids?
Where are we going?
I feel like that's what
Yeah.
he looks like.
My buddy Ryan, one time he bleached his hair and it looked terrible. And then he shaved it off and he looked straight up. He was an old lineman back in the day, so he kind of had that thicker body too. He looked like a thumb from Spy Kids. It was hilarious. Great movie.
He is fun.
I'm not sure. Does the Spy Kids, that's probably pre or post Hooksy. And it's probably pre your kids as well. It probably fits in that like weird gap of like you weren't going to watch Spy Kids because you were too old, but your kids are also way too young for Spy Kids. That was in early 2000s.
Oh man, post Hooksy. Like I was speaking of like age and stuff. We're sitting there watching the football game last night, which we'll get to Thursday night football. My wife was in there and she has a lot of questions like about players and stuff, not about the game. She knows the game. She's like, Flacco, Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I go, honey, sit down for this one. We're 6 years older than both of them. She's like, oh, what? Yeah, yep.
Caleb, what year were you born?
02.
Spring or fall?
Spring.
Spring. You were born at the same time that Aaron Rodgers graduated high school.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was in middle school when he was born.
I wonder if they were.
How about that?
I wonder if they were taking like Epsom salt baths after the game last night. They're probably a little sore.
Straight Toradol shots, probably.
My goodness.
You got to be sore after that. They're wheeling him out of there in a wheelchair.
All right, let's take our first break. This is good stuff. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Husker Homework Friday. A whole lot more coming up when we come back.
We can dive into the game. I got one more segment left with you guys.
Yep, we're going to do that when we come back.
And we'll dive into the matchup, what I think of Minnesota.
Here we go.
I've been doing my research.
Nebraska, Minnesota, coming up after the break.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't saying that on the air.
That'll be funny.
I'll send you a picture of the outfit. It's going to blow his mind.
I'm trying to find this Feinbaum
This is
quote.
the picture. I can't even show this one. This is what I sent him yesterday. I sent him the Instagram post. We're in a group chat of like the four of us. Sent Instagram chat, and that was my phrase.
I used to have one of those wristbands back
And then
in
he
the day.
sent this back to me.
Where is this Feinbaum quote on?
It was ESPN. Let me go
It's on
back.
Get Up?
I just read it. I mean, it alerted me.
I want to find the video so I can quote tweet it with Lane Kiffin saying this.
Really, I you're good at. Like
Oh.
you're pretty good at. Coach Saban was done.
Is that
didn't
you?
happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Basically said Miley Cyrus stinks, and she's still going. Yeah.
Really, I don't know what you're good at.
Let me find. I just ESPN. Where did it go?
Oh, Kobe asks, they are actually wearing the
Here it
pink
is.
accents. That is legit. I'm not sure how much pink is on the uniform. I do know it's pink face mask, pink N, and pink stripe, and I've heard potentially pink numbers and pink stripes as well.
Yes. What is this? It right here?
Because he's a Penn State man. I think too often these schools get fooled by the alumni hire, and you forget.
No,
that this
Rogers
very
is
well
convinced
could
he's
be
not.
the 2.0.
He should not
Team
be
that's
the
been able to
target.
turn around programs, but has not been able to.
But Feinbaum was way different. They don't have that video up though.
Once it's up, because it's Husker stuff. You know they'll get it up eventually. Once somebody has it, I'll post this video of Lane Kiffin saying, "I don't know what you're good at because you're wrong about everything." Gentlemen, I have to take my roommate to the oral surgeon today. He's getting his wisdom teeth out at the ripe age of 26.
Speaking
Oh, wow.
speaking of good videos, get ready for that.
Pause.
Where did the video go? Here it is. Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy Husker Homer Friday.
Something's lurking in the dark.
I look better than you texted.
I'm still not feeling great,
Yeah.
but
His voice just got real sinusy out of the blue.
Yeah.
all right.
I'm still
Yeah, I don't feel
all
great.
right. All right.
You did get dressed in red today.
Yeah.
Well done.
But I guess we're supposed to wear white.
Not yet.
The theme tonight is Diddy Party. I'm not gonna try to
You
hit
know,
that note.
also is interesting on a Friday night football game. What will you like? Where will you watch this at? Because it's gonna like put a wrench in a lot of people's lives today. Are people getting out of like off early? What time are you starting? It's a 7 o'clock start. Think about when you go down for game day on a Saturday in Lincoln. If it's a 2:30 game, what time are you downtown? 10, 10:30?
I'd say 9:30, 10.
Yeah. Yeah. What time people getting off work today?
Me personally.
And then what are you doing? Like, you have time to prepare? You don't get off until like
I'll be up 12:30 tonight.
midnight.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting what plans you have to do. And then also you got to think ahead about you wake up tomorrow going, now what the hell am I going to do? I got to help my wife do stuff.
Yeah.
Saturdays are for football.
You don't have to help your wife.
Yeah, you do.
That's why.
Yes, you do.
That's why you're married and I'm single.
Yes, you do.
No, Hooksy, you get to.
No, he has to.
Listen, I know how to play this game. Tomorrow, when we win, we'll wake up happy. I will come out of the gate. Well, tomorrow I'm going downtown, so she knows I'll be downtown about 10 o'clock tomorrow. I will be downtown because there's an exhibition basketball game.
Is tomorrow the type of morning where you get up early, go pick up some donuts for the family?
Yep, absolutely.
And say, now leave me alone the rest of the day?
Yep, because I'm going to be gone most of the day.
Yeah.
That's more for my wife. I'll go get her a coffee, maybe a breakfast sandwich. I might make bacon and eggs.
Ooh.
Because this honey's saying, by the way, I'll be back about, I don't even know what time I'll be back because I'm taking the boys down for the exhibition tomorrow. But typically you wake up and go, man, you got to come out and do all the good stuff. You wake up after a Friday night, whatever you've done. Saturday morning, you got to get up and do stuff because that will that'll give you the deposit. She'll see she knows what you're doing, by the way. But about 1 o'clock when I want to sit down, she can't say anything. And she can't go, why are you pouring a Crown and water at 1 o'clock on a non-football Husker Saturday? Because I can.
Because I've already done all the tasks.
I've already
you've
done
assigned
everything.
me.
3 loads of laundry, garage is clean.
See, on the flip side of this, I know I'm the only single gentleman sitting here. I believe. I don't think YZ's trip out to Denver ended poorly. That is nice for me on a Saturday. I get to wake up. We do our Saturday morning show, and then the day is mine.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch college football at 11.
you going back to the bar?
2:30.
Is it bar still Saturday?
I'm heading up to Omaha to go see a buddy, and we're going maybe not to the bar. I think we're going to like a little whiskey lounge, go hang out, watch some college football, sip on a whiskey or two.
Jeez, buddy, you're setting it up.
And then you know what I'm doing Sunday? Waking up, we're doing the Average Joe Sunday show, and then I'm gonna watch NFL for 7 hours.
Oh my god!
If not, maybe 9 hours, 7 hours at least, and we'll see how Sunday Night Football turns out.
You got yourself a weekend set up.
I'm telling you guys, you should try being single sometime.
Good for you. I was going to say something, but I know she might be listening. So Nebraska, Minnesota, 7:00 tonight. Again, all the factors, slaying demons when you go up there, because we've been doing this all season. You've lost 5 straight at Minnesota. Not your typical Minnesota type team that you used to seeing. Ones that have addressed issues, tackling. They run the football not as well as they used to. 112 on the ground a game. This is one of those matchups where you can see glaring, contrasting styles on both sides of the ball.
I'm very curious. The X factor for me is how well does Minnesota run the football? They have Darius Taylor. We've talked about him. He hasn't been himself since the injury. If he finds his old form and plays like he did pre-injury, it's danger time for Nebraska. But if Nebraska's a team that can run the football well with Emmett Johnson in a revenge game spot, keep the offense moving, give Dylan Raiola some second and manageable, third and manageable type opportunities, I could see Nebraska running away with this football game. But if Minnesota is able to hang around, first off, it'll be low scoring. That means their defense holds Nebraska down just a little bit. They control the football. They run it effectively. They take advantage of Nebraska mistakes. If Minnesota wins this football game, it's going to be like a 21-17 type game where they have 38 minutes of ball control, and you don't really feel like you see Nebraska's offense that much. Nebraska's offense runs the football, takes the lead early, and can play with that lead throughout. All you have to do is avoid making mistakes. I can see Nebraska running away with this football game. The big question to me is Darius Taylor. How healthy is he? What can he get going for the Minnesota offense? Because I don't think it plays well for Minnesota if they have to air the football out 40 times tonight.
I think it's important for Nebraska not to have what they've done the last few weeks. Yes, give me the quick start. Minnesota is not a team that's going to come back from a couple of scores down. You cannot have the lulls for 3 quarters. Get out to a big start. But I think you will see in that first quarter, I feel like the first quarter is going to be a pillow fight. You called it yesterday. Jockeying for position. People are going to they're going to try to run the football on both sides. Who gets out of it first? Who abandons it first? I'll also be interested to see how the backfield looks for Nebraska tonight. I know Emmett's back home, but I know they're going to make a conscious effort to run the football with him being at home. But don't marry yourself to just that. Continue to be who you are from an offensive identity on that side of the ball. Whether it be a Mosey getting in there, or who is that number 2 back, or what does that look like? What does the play call look like from the Dana side? I am one that, like you said yesterday, I like to see this offense get a little more in space tonight. Make them tackle you. As PJ Fleck said, when they don't tackle well, it's going to be a long night for Minnesota.
Who do you think is more important to Nebraska's game plan tonight? And it might sound obvious, but do you go Dylan Raiola or Emmett Johnson? Like which guy do you think should be shouldering more of the load of the offense? That's probably a better way to
Dylan Raiola. Okay, to me. I think it's Dylan and cleaning up what he has let down with for a few weeks and sticking to it. And I say that based on the fact that Minnesota will have a tough defense. Nebraska can ill afford to take the sacks and get behind the sticks and get yourselves into different play calls and get out of your game plan. So I think Dylan is the guy tonight, because I think Emmett's going to get Emmett tonight. I don't think they can hold Emmett down very long, but Dylan's got to make those decisions, not take those hang on to the ball sacks, not make the ill-advised throw. He's got to be the conductor of the offense tonight.
Speaking of conductors, we got Ernesto on the line.
Oh, boy.
Waiting for this.
Good morning, Ernesto.
Good morning. Morning Hookup. This is going to be a call reminiscent of the 1 hour crew, Will and Bill. And it's going to be a quick hitter, okay? You ready?
Yep, let's go.
I've already started. I work from home. I got a Pacifico right here, but I'm going easy on it. Taking an Uber to the sports bar tonight, having a good time. Elijah, you need to come here, hang with my boy, the firefighter at the beach. He actually works as a firefighter at the beach. You won't be single anymore. I promise you.
Who says I'm not happy being single is the thing. During spring and summer, it sounds nice, and then football season rolls around, and I go, thank God.
Well,
Wow.
TPC's coming up soon. You can come out and hang with my boy. So he goes every year. YZ. It's called a cough button, man. I was a board op. If DDT was there, he would say that's a productive cough. That's good for you. You get that stuff out. Bill?
Yes, sir.
You're a happy man. You know what Husker wins mean, don't you?
White room time?
No. Oh, white room quality time. Quality. That's the key. And I got the Arizona and the money line tonight. I'm sprinkling a little bet on the not a money line. We got the points, and then I'm sprinkling on the money line. Hey, man, my wife's madder than a hornet right now. We went through it. The divorce is over. And suffice it to say, I'll have more money to bet on Wager Talk's picks.
See, being single in football season ain't too bad, right?
No, well, yes and no, but I'm mixed about it. I didn't want it, but anyway, I won big on Cincy using that last night, that betting tool. And great news from my doc, by the way. I switched to the university health here. We have a big hospital and actually the best urology department in the Southeast region. Phenomenal. I don't have to have certain treatments. We're just going to go along the line. Everything's responding. It's good. It gave me a boost yesterday. And that's why I didn't call in, because I was out there and they kept me waiting, but it was worth it. But you know what? I started thinking, maybe I'm the only winning at the University of Florida.
Ooh, nice. Good stuff, Ernesto. Do you think, look at this game tonight as well. We're looking at our side of the football on the offensive side. How do you feel like Minnesota will attack us tonight? Do you think they will try to establish that run?
Yeah.
Or they've got a pretty decent quarterback standing back there? How much will they go to him? Did he throw it 50-something times last week?
Yeah, I don't think that's sustainable for their success. They're going to try to run the football. That's the early game plan. Do they have any success? That's the $1 million question. Because if you are throwing the football around against this Nebraska defense, I thought we'd see it more last week. We didn't. I think John Butler even said on Tuesday their game plan was a bit of a mistake with how much they sat back in zone. You have a young quarterback like this. This is the night where if they can't run the football, you're going to get after him. Some complex coverages on the back end, try to give him some eye candy pre-snap and get him confused, and bring some blitzes from creative places, some slot corner blitzes, some stunts up front. You can start to get after a freshman quarterback tonight, and you don't have the ability to do that as much if Minnesota has the threat of reeling off 5 and 6 yard runs and setting up second and third and short. If you are slowing down their run game early, you can get creative. You can get attacking with your defense and really try to harass a young quarterback. That's why I think the game plan is for Nebraska's defense. And if you're Minnesota, you're going to try to avoid that. That's running the football.
And I think this quarterback in general, I think, Hooksy, you said the word decent. I think decent is the way to put it. We've faced other freshman quarterbacks, and they've been a little bit more mobile than this kid. Lindsey's a little bit more of like
he's a statue.
Your pocket passer, right? And he's
game manager.
Right. And so
first guy in, last guy out.
I think that game plan, Elijah.
I love that phrase. That's my favorite.
I think that game plan does
his craft.
Does set up Nebraska for success rather than that game plan versus Childs and Sorsby and Underwood. And
so we can load the box up is what you're saying.
I
like
agree.
go more one-on-one on the outside. Let's load the box up. Make them think.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Yeah,
to
we'll
run
see.
the football.
Are you as you preview this game, do you think this is more of a game for Nebraska's offense to stand up and make some plays, or Nebraska's defense to step up and make some plays?
Defense. I think the defense has to stand up tonight.
I'm with you. This is
I think they have to, again, just like the offensive line, they like the perception is they can't keep Dylan clean. It's the same on the defensive line that we don't stop the run very well.
Well, and one of the
Like
things
they need, and what I mean by that, like, is stand up your guy, get off your block, but then your linebackers fill holes and really knock him out. Like you can stop the run a lot, but if you lace them one good time and you can get their play card to go timeout. We got to do something different.
One of the things I'm looking for tonight is Nebraska has already played 2 true freshman quarterback. I know it's a redshirt freshman tonight, but it's essentially he hasn't played much in his career. This is another freshman quarterback for you. Against Bryce Underwood, you got the fumble, but no interceptions. Against Washington, no interceptions. This is a game. Your defense, you got to go out and get some takeaways. You got to get an interception or 2 or force a fumble, something to go help out your offense. That's how Minnesota wins football games. You got to flip the script on them. They win the football games by playing ball control, winning the turnover battle, having an extra possession or 2, and capitalizing on your mistakes. Whenever you make a mistake, Minnesota, their team culture is they go out and capitalize and play complementary football. It's how they beat Nebraska in Matt Rule's first game. Nebraska was in control of that football game. What do? They get 2 takeaways late. They recover a fumble, score a touchdown to tie it up, get an interception, kick a field goal to win it. They were opportunistic and won the game at the right time. You got to flip the script on them and play kind of their brand of football. You got to go get an interception or 2. You got to go force a fumble, get a fumble recovery, set up your offense to the short field, let them go take advantage of it, and not let Minnesota play the game that they want to play, which is we're going to hang with you all game long. Opportunistically, we'll get a takeaway, we'll score a touchdown, we'll win the football game. Flip the script.
That's how I've kind of looked at this game. I think talent-wise, on paper, like Nebraska is far and away the better team. But it is a really tough spot to have back-to-back road trips, especially on a short week. So I think you guys can agree with this. The only way Nebraska loses this game is they beat themselves.
Yes. Another stat to look at on the defensive side is I think I'll be watching this because it's reared its ugly head a few times in games. Going back to Michigan, couldn't get off the field. Maryland, 7 of 15 on third down. This defense has got to get off the field when it's time to get off the field. Don't let those long drives do it because Minnesota will try to beat you by 1,000 paper cuts, the death of 1,000 paper cuts type of offense. If they find that they can run it 3 or 4 or 5, 5 at a pop, that's what they're going to do all night long. But you got to get off the field on third down to get it back to your offense because I do believe Minnesota will try that tonight to keep Dillon and that offense off the football field.
100%.
Talking about a team that's averaging 41 points on the year, top 10 in the score in the nation in scoring. They don't want Dillon. They'll be so satisfied if they get 1 possession each quarter or 3 in the first half type of game.
One of the things I'll say here is, and this kind of gets back to Minnesota's offense, they're not built to score. The best defense could be your offense going and putting up 30 plus points.
Done.
If you go put up 30 plus points, I don't see Minnesota doing enough to hang around in this football game. That is a tough ask to that offense. They are an offense that will go put up 20 to 25 points and win football games in that way. Maybe 28 in a good day. If you go put up 30, you should win this football game.
They're a team, by the way, that averages, looking at their stats right here, over 31 minutes of time of possession.
And Kobe brings up a good point in the YouTube chat. Minnesota this year has kind of gone away from.
It's because of the injury to Darius
exactly,
Taylor.
yeah.
And so that's a big X factor. That's why I said his injury status coming back. He came back for the Ohio State game, but he was kind of on a snap count and the game got away and they kept him on the bench all game. Didn't quite look like himself against Purdue. Another week of recovery. How healthy could he be? If he is healthy, Darius Taylor, he is a problem. And it's him and Justice Haynes would probably be the 2 best running backs Nebraska is going to play this year if he's healthy. If he's not healthy, changes the Minnesota offense completely. But their game plan going into the season was not to throw the football 60% of the time. Their game plan was probably to run it 60 to 65% of the time. But your star running back's out, so you haven't been able to do that.
On the year, they're 40% on third down, 29 of 74. Right, 39% on third down. They've only fumbled the ball 3 times, 1 lost fumble. Sounds like PJ Fleck type Minnesota type team.
Yeah,
31 minutes of the football in their possession. Barely give it up, and they try to just grind these games out. And I would expect nothing else more from PJ Fleck and that type of team tonight. But I agree with you. Go up, put up a bunch of points. This won't be a problem because this team, Minnesota's the way they're built is not to come back and score a bunch of points.
No, not at all. What's your guys' concern level on a scale of 1 to 10? What's your concern level with this one tonight?
4.
4 or 5. Like I said earlier, back-to-back road trips and a short week. That's tough for any team in America.
My concern more of this is the way they've been winning football games. You cannot continue to say we're going to get to the fourth quarter and we can win it in the fourth.
Absolutely.
You got to go play a 4-quarter game at some
You got
point.
to go at some point. You've got to do that.
4-quarter performance, I guess I should say. Go out and flex your muscle for 4 quarters.
There's also there's certain teams where you should be able to put them in the dirt, and Minnesota is one of them. On paper, you should be able to.
Well, and look at what's coming in November. You have Minnesota and Northwestern upcoming, and you still haven't, throughout your slate so far, put together a 4-quarter performance. I've yet to see it. You got to inspire some confidence within the team and in the fan base going into November, where you got USC, a UCLA team that looks tougher than they were before, a Penn State team that's without their head coach but still has a whole bunch of talent.
They're talented.
And then an Iowa team that almost always has your number. I need to go see this Husker football team either tonight or next week against Northwestern, put together a 4-quarter performance to kind of show me, like, okay, this team does have the juice to be able to compete and win some games in November.
I agree.
Yep.
Got to do it for all 4, all 60. No let up in this one, because it's Minnesota. Just, and my 4 is more of that. Like, can you put that together? Can you leave no doubt? And there's a lot of, again, I know that's not in their heads, but there is a lot of demons they're still exercising. Going to Minnesota has not been pleasant for this team, and everybody knows it. Minnesota knows it on that side.
That'd be a big weight too, with the whole narrative around the uniforms you're wearing tonight, the team you're playing, and how the success you've had there. Like,
will they go 0 for 7 in coin tosses?
Can't happen, right? The odds are.
Do you take the ball?
Yeah.
You just take it. No, you're the offensive team. It might be the only, like, again, if Minnesota, and that's a great, I brought it up because Minnesota might go, hey, I mean, again, if you think Minnesota's going to grind it out, maybe you get that possession out of the way.
I think about it now. It is supposed to be a sellout tonight. If you send the offense out there first, you give their fans a chance to get life early. Now, you also give your offense a chance to go take away life from that stadium by driving down and scoring a touchdown. Yep. I do think about sending the defense out there and kind of keeping the fan base quiet early. And if you can force a 3 and out, how juiced are they going to be after a 3 and out as opposed to right after an opening kickoff?
All depends on what time that crowd gets there, too. I've been there a couple of times. They are not on time.
It's homecoming this week, though, isn't it?
I think there's something else going on. Like, it's on a Friday night where they, like, are they on fall break too? Thursday was gone. I read something about they were off Thursday, Friday, Monday.
There's also a Paul McCartney show at US Bank Stadium.
There's like some convention up there too. There's a big convention because I read also that Nebraska had to stay at a different hotel than they're used to staying at up there because it was full.
Well, I know Schmitty with his hotel room. It's the rates are out the wazoo in Minneapolis tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I've said wazoo out the wazoo a couple times this segment, and I can't be doing that too much. No. I'll sound old.
When we played them in Matt Rule's first game, was that a Thursday night or a Friday?
Yeah, Thursday night. Thursday night, kicking off the college football week 1 slate.
Yeah. Yeah, they were pretty raucous in that environment. So I think you're right, Elijah. Settle them down a little bit.
I know you're going to get out of here. Do you have a score prediction?
Yeah. I'm at 31-20 Nebraska. I think it's a game that it's not a 4-quarter performance. Nebraska has a lead at half. I think they lead the entire game, but Minnesota hangs around until late. And Nebraska's able to make some plays. A 4th quarter turnover or takeaway, I should say, from the Husker defense. Nebraska gets some points on the board. I'm at 31-20.
Okay. What about Emmett Johnson all-purpose yards prediction?
I'm at about 150.
Yeah, that's me too.
It's not going to be the game it was last week, but I got just over 100 yards on the ground and about 40 receiving.
I can rock with that.
I can go with that. I like it. I'm down.
I was thinking Mosey. I think give him 35 yards tonight, which would be a step up.
You got to think Minnesota game plans a little bit for Emmett, and then other things open up.
I found a line out there. Dylan Raiola's passing yards.
Was that I'm going to guess 248.
Close. 245 and a half.
Ooh.
Emmett Johnson rushing yards.
Probably going to be set at 92 and a half.
96 and a half.
Ooh, I'm pretty good at this.
We're expecting a couple.
Isaiah Hunter receiving yards.
He's not on here. I just got those two. Those are the two only that have been populated so far.
Is there a Drake Lindsay passing yards or anything for your side?
I'm sure they're going to come, but I just clicked on the old college football props. And those are the two that popped up so far.
I was pretty on it with those two, though.
There's some things on Price Picks you can find. You can make some.
You got some out there?
Some friendly wagers.
If you so desire.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we're going to take another break.
I'm going to step aside after this.
He's out, but
it's been lovely to hang with you gentlemen this morning.
You did. When we come back, speaking of ones, a 1-0 by the way, Marco D'Angelo, wagertalk.com, hit that last night. He had the overs in this game, and boy, did it not only in age, but in score. We'll talk about Thursday Night Football when we come back.
I made the prediction preseason. The Steelers would start off the season winning some games, and then they'd lose one midseason. They'd go on a losing streak. Rodgers would say some dumb shit to them. Dumb stuff to the media. We're going to break it.
Yeah, we're breaking.
He would say some dumb stuff to the media. Tomlin smooths it over, and they make a run at the end of the season to make the wild card. We are into. We're into the run now.
Yep.
Of them losing the football games. You know who they got next week? Green Bay Packers.
Oh boy, I think this changed the trajectory of Cincinnati.
Flacco, I mean, on 10 days, having that much command of the offense.
Did you hear him say that he could barely make out some of the plays
Mhm.
that they broke down so quick?
And he
improvised.
And he improvised the zone read. Did the zone read? You say, yeah, I saw the guy crashing down.
It's,
So
like,
made something happen.
Tell me you're trying to get your number one receiver happy without telling me you're trying to get your number one receiver happy.
23 targets is wild.
That's got to be the most. Like I didn't even know. Like,
Okay, and let's ask the question: Jalen Ramsey washed?
Oh my god.
boy, he got used.
He was getting used and abused by Jamar Chase. You bring in Jalen Ramsey.
Not even just
Bring in,
Jamar. It was
Like,
everybody.
I'll say of those 23 targets, he was open on 20 of them.
When he dropped one,
He dropped one. Yeah.
he dropped one.
There was like 3 where I go, okay, that was good coverage. Like that one touchdown that got overruled. I'm like, okay, he was open, but it was good coverage to knock it out.
Flacco was just amazing. I mean, but Rodgers was good on the other side too. That one pick wasn't his fault.
Those two guys, they're great, but they ain't Bo Nix though.
Oh,
On that note, I'm out.
you better leave now.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, brother. See you. Thank you. He had to say that on the way out, didn't he?
Hello, everyone. I am clocking out.
I am officially clocking out.
HR happy here because I report too many missed clock-ins. I'm not gonna do it.
They do that? Have they gotten on you? Have you gotten a
We'll
letter?
give that 10 seconds.
They give you a letter?
We got 10 seconds till the next minute. I might as well get all the time here that I can.
Well, it's gonna be a beautiful night in Minneapolis for football, by the way.
What are we looking at?
63 degrees, blowing 7.
Bang.
Bang.
All right.
Uh,
Enjoy it,
Ryan.
gentlemen.
See you, Elijah. Yeah. Got rain outside again. What the hell?
Really? DDT in Minnesota?
He's in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I thought so.
Doing doctor stuff. He's probably in his hotel room trying to figure out what he's going to do all day long.
But if you try sometimes, well, you might find you get what you need.
Welcome back to the morning hookup. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Husker Homer Friday. I'm actually texting Dane right now, asking him. He's up in Minneapolis playing doc. I just text him like, what does a doctor do with a 7 o'clock game and nothing to do up in Minneapolis? I'm interested. Last night, we were entertained last night. I think a lot of people went into this game and go, oh, gosh. You know, Bengals not looking great all season. Obviously, quarterback down. Missing one of your better defensive linemen. Hendrickson out last night. Aaron Rodgers, good game manager. Still got it a little bit. They showed signs of life last week. Cincinnati did. But, boy, were you entertained. 33-31. Last second field goal. Bengals get it done. Flacco, 31 of 47, 342, 3 touchdowns. On the flip side, 23 of 34, 249, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, Aaron Rodgers.
And I think you come into this game, like you said, you look at it, you got 2 40-year-old quarterbacks. This could be a terrible game. What do you say?
We're going to have a special treat for you coming up
Sweet.
after the break.
But there's 2 sides of that coin. Like, these guys are also veterans that have been in the league forever.
Yeah.
And you saw
They still have it.
they were slinging it. They were,
I mean, gunslingers, both of them.
yeah, and that was a sight to see. There's like the young guns don't sling it like that anymore.
No, no. I tell you what, it shows you again going back to offensive line type stuff.
Mhm.
They're blocking way better for Flacco than they did for Browning and Joe Burrow for that case. Looking at it, Brown had 11 carries, 108 yards on the ground last night. Warren on the other side, 16 for 127. But look no further than them trying to get your number one back in play.
No kidding.
Last night, 23 targets, 16 catches, 161, 1 touchdown.
And it kind of feels like, duh, you got one of the best receivers in the league. Force feed him. Throw him the ball.
Their top two had 33 targets,
Yeah.
23 for Chase, 10 for T. Higgins, 6 for 96, 1 touchdown. And the most crafty, brilliant play last night, unselfish, sliding. Kids, watch that. That's
Oh.
unselfish behavior.
I thought you were talking about Flacco's read option, but yes.
No, just the slide at the end, knowing your situation, knowing what's going on. You don't have to score the touchdown.
Yep.
You don't have to satisfy your stats. Had to satisfy fantasy football people. Went down for the team. Boom. Game over. 33-31. Aaron Rodgers' arm is still good.
Oh, yeah.
You see him sling that ball like 70 yards in the air.
Mm-hmm. He had some zip on some
My
of his
goodness.
shorter passes.
Even the
too.
one, by the way, all 4 of its touchdowns last night were to tight ends.
There's probably somebody out there holding one of those tickets, put $5 on it.
All tight ends
pay
catching
thousands.
touchdowns last night. You wonder also, we talked about this during the break. Is Jalen Ramsey got used last night? He
Yeah.
done? Is he washed? Is he
Ooh.
done? He talks a lot.
He sure does.
Jamar put it to him last night.
Not even just Jamar, too.
Everybody.
They were lining.
The pass at the end, T. Higgins
Yep.
turned him upside down.
Yeah, he must have had his helmet on backwards or something because he was absolutely lost.
He was not good last night against a couple talented receivers.
Don't get me wrong. Obviously, Jamar is one of the best
Mhm.
receivers in the league, but I mean, that was
He's arguably the best.
like,
I mean, we gave him a lot of flack this year, but he's been Browning throwing to him. But in the last 2 weeks, look at what's happened with
Exactly.
Flacco.
Elijah brought up a good point. Jamar had 23 targets last night, which by itself is
Mhm.
insane. I think on 20 of those, he was wide open, like
Wide open. And he had a
wide
drop.
open. Yeah. No defensive back in the area. The Steelers defense, and it's kind of crazy. The Steelers defense on paper, you're like, wow, they got a lot of good players, and they got abused by a 40-year-old Joe Flacco.
You look at the trajectory of Cincinnati now, obviously getting a comparable, coherent Joe Flacco back there that still loves to do it. If you ever get a chance to listen to this talk about why he still does it, not many days you get to wake up and still be an NFL quarterback at that age.
Yeah.
Or get to do what you love still at that age. But you look ahead of what they got, obviously coming off a big victory there to close that gap in that division. The next 2 weeks, they're at home. They continue to stay at home. The Jets come to town.
Ooh. Yikes.
On paper, win. Then they got the Bears coming to town.
Could win that game.
And then you get a bye week. And then you probably got Joe Burrow back somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
You could conceivably say they win the next 2, and they're sitting at 5-4.
And you get a pretty good head start with where the rest of that division is. I mean,
And then you get after the bye week, if it's Burrow back in that case, you go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. They'll probably be playing with a little bit of revenge, but still, like,
Mhm.
the Ravens, I think they're the odds-on favorite right now to win that division, and they're 1-5.
Which is insane to me that I don't even understand that talk.
Yeah, me either. It definitely changes the whole trajectory of the season for the Bengals because thank God they got rid of Jake Browning. They had to move on from that. It was just not working. I don't know if he's NFL ready, but good. It was good to bring in a veteran like Flacco.
Perfect. Oh boy.
I'm excited for whatever this is.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We got a lot more fun coming up. Jeff Moats coming up. We got baseball to talk about. More Nebraska, Minnesota score predictions. Max Scherzer is a monster.
Another 40-year-old.
My God, it was a great night for 40-year-olds. All right, we're going to get out of here for a few months. Step aside. Jeff Moats, baseball, score predictions. And we got a fun phone call coming at 10:10. That and a whole lot more in the morning hookup when we return.
Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop. Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
When you choose new flooring, you don't want to wait for weeks or months to enjoy it. You want it installed right away. Hi, Steve Carper from O Street Carpet. We hear stories every day about long waits and installation charges way higher than necessary. When you choose O Street Carpet, we'll measure free, install right away, and at a much better price. Stop in, shop now. Proud to be Lincoln's choice for nearly 50 years.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street and ostreetcarpet.com.
Contact Wellman Heating and Air Conditioning now for Carrier Cool Cash rebates up to $2,100 and 0% financing for 60 months. Combined with the new LES City and federal tax credits, the incentives really add up. See what's possible with Wellman Heating and Air Conditioning, your local experts for total home comfort. Learn more about Carrier Cool Cash rebates, 0% financing for 60 months, and what's possible at wellmanheating.com. Wellman Heating and Air Conditioning and Carrier, for the world we share.
Lincoln Children's Zoo presents Bill at the Zoo, the largest trick-or-treating event in town, sponsored by Linneman Charitable Foundation. Your family will love this merry, not scary night. Tons of trick-or-treat stations filled with delicious candy and valuable coupons. Boo at the Zoo is October 26th through the 30th. Check out the hours, including a daytime option on Sunday at lincolnzoo.org. Free shuttles provided by StarTran. Check in with Connoisseur Media at the gate for your chance to win a $50 restaurant gift card.
Save big money right now at Menards. October is Fire Safety Month. Kidde Home Safety products keep your family protected in case of emergencies. From smoke and carbon monoxide detectors to fire extinguishers and more. Get peace of mind with new smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Today, save big money on all Kidde products at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all our great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MAP to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MAP for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MAP for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
New message.
Your social security number has been suspended. If you do not contact us, your account will be deactivated.
Scammers are aggressive when they contact a potential victim. Social Security Administration employees will never threaten you for information or promise benefits in exchange for information. In those cases, the call is fraudulent and you should just hang up. Don't provide any personal or financial information to these thieves. Call the Social Security Fraud Hotline at 1-800-269-0271.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton will make his first court appearance this hour, one day after his indictment on 18 federal charges related to allegedly mishandling classified documents. ABC's Pierre Thomas says Bolton is the third outspoken critic of President Trump to face indictment in 3 weeks.
I think he's, a bad person.
Bolton indicted for allegedly emailing more than 1,000 pages of information about his activities as National Security Advisor to two members of his family in the form of diary-like entries. Bolton pushing back, declaring the indictment retribution and an abuse of power.
President Trump today is hosting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He's been requesting U.S. Tomahawk missiles that are capable of striking deep within Russia, but it's not clear if the U.S. will agree to give Ukraine those missiles. As yesterday, the president spoke with Russia's Vladimir Putin for more than 2 hours, says ABC's Mary Bruce.
Trump announced that he and Putin plan to meet again in the coming weeks, this time in Hungary. Now, pressed on why he thinks this meeting will be any different than the last one, the president said simply that their Alaska summit, quote, set the stage for this meeting. Now, this announcement does present a curveball to Ukraine.
So-called No Kings protests are planned for tomorrow in all 50 states in opposition to Trump administration policies. ABC's Jim Ryan in Texas says there could be a confrontation in that state's capital.
Thousands attended the No Kings protest in Austin 4 months ago, and around a dozen people were arrested. This time, Governor Greg Abbott says he's deploying the National Guard to the state capitol. In a statement, he called the event a, quote, Antifa-linked demonstration.
Meta is adding parental controls for kids' interactions with AI chatbots beginning next year. Meta's the parent company of Instagram and Facebook, but parents will not be able to turn off Meta's AI assistant. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-549-8866. 800-549-8866. 800-549.
A legal challenge to changing a work ethic camp into an ICE detention center. Good morning. I'm Jeff Moats. Right now we're at 71 degrees at KFOR. A lawsuit was filed in Red Willow County District Court Thursday that seeks to prevent the work ethic camp in McCook into an ICE detention facility. According to Nebraska Appleseed, the lawsuit was filed on behalf of former Lincoln State Senator Diana Shimmick and 13 residents of McCook, claiming only the Nebraska legislature has the constitutional authority to manage the correctional institutions. The lawsuit also adds that the legislature is the only body who has the authority to repurpose the use of public buildings. Governor Jim Pillen and Nebraska Department of Corrections Director Rob Jeffries are named as defendants in that lawsuit. There's a suspect in an October 1st stalking incident on the University of Nebraska Lincoln City campus, and an arrest has been made. According to court documents, 34-year-old Alexander Sanchez of Norman, Oklahoma, was seen by a UNL police officer in the lobby area of a residence hall, which Sanchez claimed he was looking for his girlfriend that invited him to the university. UNL police contacted the student, told her what happened. Court documents say the student told officers that she has a large social media presence and did not know Sanchez and never invited him to stay with her. Sanchez has been charged with stalking and second-degree criminal trespassing, and court documents show that he has pleaded not guilty to both charges. And the second annual Nebraska Missing Persons Day is today, and at this hour, an event is happening on the north steps of the state capitol. It comes 25 years exactly to the day after Gina Boss was last seen leaving an open mic night at the Old Dugan's Pub in downtown Lincoln. Boss had disappeared and has not been seen or heard from since. Janelle Rapp is Boss's sister and the founder of the Gina for Missing Persons Foundation.
24/7, anytime I had a moment, I was looking for her, either through media, trying to get media, or calling around the country as tips came in, going out to truck stops on my own, after I had been in Lincoln for 3 weeks looking for her.
Hear the full conversation I had with Janelle Rapp on Lincoln's Morning News podcast page at KFORnow.com. Mostly sunny today, very nice, and a high of 78. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
Time for your shot at $2,000 with KFOR's Pumpkin Payout. Just enter this hour's word at KFORnow.com for your chance to win $2,000 from KFOR. Here's this hour's winning word.
Clown. That's clown. CLOWN. Clown.
Enter that word at KFORnow.com, and you could be today's Pumpkin Payout winner of $2,000 from KFOR.
Hi, this is Dave with Dave's Heating and Air, Lincoln's local family-owned heating and air business.
Dave's Heating and Air is Lincoln's professionals you can trust. Whether you need service, repairs, or a new system, Dave's is here for you. Dave's wants your home to feel comfortable and cozy. Get the peace of mind guarantee and call Dave's for your HVAC needs.
Call me today at 402-480-3004 and talk with a professional. Dave's Heating and Air.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Sat around laughing to watch the last one die. Now looking to the sky, saving.
Welcome back into the Morning Hookup. Happy Husker Homer Friday, hour number 2. Boy, look at this. You know, you mentioned it like I'd mentioned that the tight ends catching touchdowns. Thank you for sharing this on Twitter. Best $10 I ever spent. Somebody had it.
I knew it.
Don't know, Washington, Smith, Fairmuth, whatever you say his name. $10, $2,000 payout. Are you kidding me? Anytime touchdown for those three. You got to be kidding me. Thanks for sharing. Wow. Keyword in the hour number 2, 10 o'clock hour, clown, PJ, clown, CLOWN, KFORnow.com.
Last
clown.
chance, right?
Last chance on our show.
Yep.
This is the last day. So all of our stations to have a keyword for you every hour, all the way to 5 o'clock.
Why not? Got a chance to win.
Why not?
What is it, 2,000?
$2,000.
Why not?
This is the last date. Friday. Do it before you leave work at 2 o'clock today to get ready for the game.
You never know. Maybe you're sitting in the third quarter and find out you win $2,000.
Boy, well, a little baseball. We got a little special surprise at 10:10 coming up. But last night in baseball, the Dodgers. That thing's over.
Yeah.
The Brewers score. They have 2 runs and like 9 hits in 3 games.
Not a good time for your offense to go anemic.
Holy pitching. Last now, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run. 8 strikeouts, bada bing, bada boom, blah, blah, blah. Blue Jays are getting it done right now, too. The bats are alive after a couple of games of adjusting. And you get guys in their 40s that just had phenomenal nights last night. Max Scherzer, gamer, came through last night. 5 2/3, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 87 pitches. Just incredible last night. You could tell how in certain situations you need certain guys on the bump.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. If you watch the game last night, their manager, his name eludes me, tried to take him out. Not happening. He's like, no, ain't coming out. There's a few choice words if you read lips. But he showed him up. He did it. He got him out of the inning. I think he struck the guy out. Just a gamer. They win 8-2, 11 hits last night for them. Vladdy, boy, he's just on fire. And he hit another bomb, 2 for 5. He's hitting .455.
Is that 5 bombs in the postseason?
Yep.
Talk about showing up. And they're doing this without Bo Bichette, too. Imagine they had.
Yeah, he's been hurt. I wonder if he might end up making the World Series.
I'm not sure what his injury is, but.
Well, they assured last night, guess where they get to go back to? They get to go back home to finish the series out in that one.
Tonight they'll get Bryce Miller, and this poses a baseball question for you. I think they faced Miller in game 1, and he absolutely shoved. Do you think that gives an advantage to? I think this is Dane Todd right here. Do you think that gives an advantage to the offense to see the pitcher again, or do you think he'll go out and shove again?
Shove. It's difficult because they are who they are at this point. The game plans are the game plans. The spray charts are the spray charts. It's about when you see a guy multiple times, it's about one, it's him throwing strikes, still making the pitches, but it's you as a hitter adjusting. I think it's status quo.
Yeah, I agree
On that. Is it our guy?
That's our guy.
Oh, baby, here's your special surprise on a
The
Husker Homer
doctor.
Friday. It's Dr. Dane Todd. DDT, what up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Do you have more anxiety as a doctor sitting in there waiting for a 7 o'clock game or as a player?
Definitely as a player. I don't have to run my head in anything this evening. So, like, it turns out I'm gonna make it through this contest uninjured.
I just was in Tim. I wonder what the doc's doing today. I'm not sure he's up in his roommate doing some dictations and trying to get ahead at work.
Yeah, in theory, I'm doing work right now. In reality, I'm, well, one, calling you, and two, sitting around just trying to find various things on the internet to look up and purchase. So,
Atta baby. Swipe right Amazon night. I love it.
Exactly right. There's going to be 12 packages on my doorstep when I get home tomorrow.
Your wife's going to go, what? She's probably half the stuff she's sending you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dane, hey, it's a Friday night football game. Interesting in the world of college football. Now you can watch college football Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so all that stuff. Does it change? Did you guys, when you were in Nebraska, had a different game time? Like a different, did you play just Saturdays when you were in Nebraska?
No, we played one early game on a Thursday. I think it was when we went down to Mississippi State for some reason, is what I wanted to say, or not Mississippi State, Southern Miss.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that was the only early week game I ever played, but I can't quite remember. I don't know. But it's so different now because so many of the courses are online and everything else that I'm not sure that it makes a huge difference anymore for the players. But back then I remember it being a huge pain and everybody missing class and doing all that. But in reality, like, think of the volleyball team or the baseball players, or, a lot of the other sports are constantly having competitions during the week that they're having to get out of class and go to and deal with travel schedules. And once you get out of town and you're at the hotel, it's like, I don't know, it's just like any other game day.
What's it like having, I don't know if you ever had this when you played, but back-to-back road trips? You had to go all the way out to the East Coast to Maryland and then come back and then quickly turn around and go to Minnesota. What kind of strain does that put on a player?
Yeah, there's one less day for recovery, obviously, which adds up over time. The travel kind of sucks, right? Spending 3 hours on a plane home from Maryland was not awesome, and getting home really late was also not great. On the plus side, this is a short flight here, so the travel really isn't too bad. And then with it being a later game, there is more time to just kind of hang out and relax and rest beforehand. But I'm still a big proponent of, like, I love the early games. I think most people, or at least around, would like to just kind of get up, eat, go play, right? Rather than sit around and wait all day to do it. But I don't know. I suppose there are probably people who like the evening games better.
Again, we're speaking to Dr. Dane Todd. Well, Dane, there's been a lot of rumors speculating around the program right now with your head coach. And, talk about that from a player's perspective. How much noise did you guys hear? Because you went through a major transition when you were in Nebraska with being Coach Solich and the disappointing upper management decision with him. And they end up with Coach Callahan. And, there's noise and people get to hear it and players hear it. How much of that did you have to hear, or was there any effect? Because Coach Rule is trying to squash it and keep this program, focused at the task at hand tonight.
Yeah, well, Coach Rule is doing exactly the right thing of trying to squash it, as much as you possibly can. At the end of the day, media and heck, we're talking about it right now, right? Is going to bring it up, right? Because it's a story and it's interesting. But it was a little different when I was there because it was, your coach getting fired, right? As opposed to your coach getting poached, right?
Yep.
And so a little different from that scenario. So there's kind of a lot more turmoil around that, what I went through. With interim coaches and Pelini being there, and everybody's heard about the player only meeting where they were talking about boycotting practice if he didn't get hired, right? And the ridiculousness that came with that. But so you don't have that kind of distraction that's occurring here. But we're not sitting around here in the hotel talking about it. We're not doing any of that because it's pointless. And these are professional careers for the coaches and the administrators and everybody else, like their jobs, and people understand that. And so, but the focus is purely on just the task at hand. And that is play football and win games. Which it should be. The goal is to minimize distractions as much as possible, which is why we do things like even at home games, go to the hotel, right? You keep the schedule the same. You go to the movie the night before. You do, like, it's just routine based, and nothing's changed about that.
Speaking of distractions, I don't know if it's much of a distraction, but more of give you a little bit extra juice. Emmett Johnson's coming back to his home state tonight to play against a team that didn't recruit him. Did you ever have any teams on the schedule that you looked at and you were like, you just get a little bit more fired up for it? Did you ever have any teammates that just got a little bit more extra juice when they saw that team on the schedule?
Oh, I'm sure there are players that have that kind of additional motivation for certain games. I mean, everybody hated Colorado, right? So everybody was pretty stoked to go play in those games when I was there. I don't recall individuals. Zach Taylor was from Oklahoma, right? So whenever we played Oklahoma, there was always a little added oomph to things that were happening. It probably means a lot to some guys coming back, especially to their home state, when they get to play closer to all their old family and friends and everything else. And so that plays a role in things. For the most part, though, I've always thought that, being competitive and playing high level athletics requires you to have the ability to keep the, highs from being too high and the lows from being too low, and just staying even keeled and going out and doing your job. And so that's what I always tried to focus on when I was playing. I think that's what most high level and competitive athletes do. Is it's just another competition.
Hey, shout out your good old buddy Zach Taylor, by the way, for last night. He got
Heck
a dub.
yeah, the fighting Zach Taylor's at it again with an octogenarian quarterback.
Did you sit there and again? I did last night. My wife brought it up, the fact that I'm like 6 years older than both those guys. Did you go, there ain't no way in heck I could still do that, what they're doing at their age?
Oh, my goodness. It's impressive. It's actually super impressive, especially when Aaron Rodgers is hucking a Hail Mary 70 yards.
Oh.
Like, oh, my goodness.
I felt my arm. I felt my arm out of socket.
Yeah, it's super impressive that they're still able to compete at a high level like that, at the highest level like that. It's pretty remarkable what they've been able to accomplish.
When you, I love this question. It's a fun because I know that there's so many hot takes on uniforms.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. I love the fact, again, they're going to wear the whites tonight with some accents coming with. Did you? Who picked uniforms for you guys? Like, did you have captains guys do it? And it doesn't matter. Again, I want people to understand that it doesn't matter what uniform you wear. You just play in it. You got to play better.
Yeah, we had one uniform and we wore it. We had a road uniform and we had a home uniform. We didn't have all this, like, the third uniform or blackout uniforms or mix and match uniforms. We just wore a uniform and moved on with our lives. I mean, it was the Notre Dame style where it never changes, right? So, yeah, I don't know who picks them out. I don't know who makes those decisions, nor do I really care, because turns out I wear the exact same stuff to every game.
That's good. That's awesome.
Well, uniforms aside, how do you feel about the game tonight stylistically? What do you have a prediction?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Huskers are going to win naturally, but I don't. I know that it's been a rough go against Minnesota for the last half dozen years, and heck, I think we've lost the last 5 in a row against them, which is amazing. But I don't. I think our team is just frankly better than Minnesota. I think as long as we can contain any sort of run game and tamp that down on them, our pass defense is more than capable of stopping that. And so as long as we get it done on the front lines, I think Nebraska ends up winning this. I'm not going to say easily, but I don't think it'll be a nail biter.
Did you guys take any stock in that? Because obviously you just mentioned something everybody's been talking about, not the uniform, but losing 5 straight at a specific place. Is there a psyche? Is there, like, I've called Nebraska football this year, you are slaying demons. You're just slaying them left and right. You've won 2 games that you battled in the fourth, 3 of them now. Cincinnati, Michigan State, Maryland, right? You won them in the fourth, slayed it. You're 5-1. You did that last year. Now you got a number beside your name. And now you're going to Minnesota where you haven't won 5 times in a row. There's some mental gap to get over there, right?
Yeah, without a question. I mean, we're snake bit for so long, losing every single one-score game you can get in, right? Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden you're starting to win those games. And that confidence builds, right? Instead of oh, great, here we go again kind of mentality, it changes to well, here we go again kind of mentality, right? Where instead of being confident that you're going to lose, right, you're confident that you're going to win that tight contest. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's a big part of the success thus far this year is just finally getting over those humps and taking those close losses and turning them into close wins.
Last one question coming. We'll get you out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Question coming in. By the time the game gets over and you're back, will you be at clinics tomorrow at 7 a.m.?
No, I'm going to be coaching ice hockey at 7 a.m. because we've got the one tournament a year that we have in Lincoln, and it starts actually this afternoon at 1:30. And so I'm missing that first game today, but I will be down at the ice rinks for the entirety of the weekend helping out with all our tournament teams.
Well, good stuff, DD2. Well, thanks. And man, we'll get you out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We can't wait till you're back in the studio. We miss you.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Awesome. Dr. Dane Todd, live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, man. Hey, thanks for hanging out, brother. Good luck tonight. Take care of those kids. Hopefully there's no injuries. You don't have to work too hard.
I agree, buddy. I'll catch you guys later.
Thanks, Dane. Dr. Dane Todd. Good stuff from him live in the hotel room buying packages from the hotel room. Dr. Dane Todd. Let's take a break. We'll come back. The Almanac, Jeff Moats. Please quit raining.
Most, you might be able to just log in with Elijah's login on there.
Well, I signed into mine.
Okay. I sent you a link.
Yeah, I did see that. Thank you.
Yep.
The Almanac.
Remind me in 3 days. All right, I'm not going to set up. Okay, Google Chrome.
That's some decent football tonight, Mozi.
There are a lot of good games tonight, and there's like Class B. You got the 4 heavyweights.
Yeah, I'm looking.
You got the 4 heavyweights.
And
you have. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that one. 1 versus 2, Class B.
Yeah, it's going to be Waverly Norris.
There'll be a lot of parents hanging out there with their cell phones watching.
Well, and that's the thing, and people are like, well, why don't they move the game up? Well, you can't because you have to correspond with the availability of officials because they have lives and they have careers. And moving things up ahead would probably cause more. Now, back in the old days, when you didn't have as much access that you do on handheld devices, you could be able to move everything up and play the game early. All right, enter studio. Okay, do you see me?
Can you see me now?
Oh,
add a baby. It's a boy.
It's not picking me up.
Device not detected.
Okay.
Huh?
I got to go back.
You just got to turn your microphone and camera on.
Okay. Allow.
Yeah, that should do it. There you go.
It says DDT.
You can be DDT.
I can change that.
There you go. I need to mute myself, don't I?
I got it.
Got it.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Special thanks here to Dr. Dane Todd. Checking in live from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That's nice of him to check in.
Well, I sent him a text. I said, what does a doctor do with a 7 o'clock game in Minneapolis? He goes, call your show at 10:10.
Well, good for him.
He said he was sitting in there just kind of buying some time and ordering stuff.
Buying time and buying packages.
Buying packages.
Early Christmas shopping?
I don't know.
Would be
I wouldn't
my
know what
thought.
to do with myself.
Sitting around all day, yeah. I get so bored.
Well, one thing I would do is get a nap.
No kidding.
Seriously. Said the early morning news guy.
Yeah, you're up really early.
I'm just saying,
I
right?
didn't even do anything yesterday, and my body feels like Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers did last night, probably this morning.
Yeah, gosh, I can't believe they're already 40.
I know my wife made the point last night to say, hey, how old are they? I go, they're 40. He goes, I'm 6 years older than those guys.
Well, I'm 8 years older than them.
Yeah.
So
didn't fare well.
Yeah.
But we got the Almanac Jeff Moats in the house.
Really quick weather report. Looking at our KFOR Doppler radar, there's a little heavy cell of showers and thunderstorms over southwest Lancaster County, and it's back into eastern Saline County, northeastern Jefferson County. Just a quick weather report. Nothing severe, but it's all moving off toward the northeast. It's all part of the cold front moving through. So if you got plans to go watch some football,
it'll be a beautiful night.
It's going to be a beautiful night for football around here.
I mean, when they kick off, I don't know, Nebraska kicks off at 7. These games will kick off, 4 to
7?
At 7. It'll be 69 degrees blowing 4 miles an hour. Come on now.
Yeah. So, the front's moving through. So,
well, and it's a big slate tonight as well.
Huge
slate. And I know it's so counter whatever because I hate the fact that the Big Ten plays Friday night football. I don't think a lot of places are like Lincoln that take so much pride in their Friday night high school football, but it is what it is. But if you get a chance and I know a lot of parents are going to be out there tonight probably with their devices watching their kids play.
I will tell you this. I can vouch for them because a year ago when Nebraska played Illinois here in Lincoln, that was a Friday night game. And one of the rare Friday nights that you're going to have a game in Lincoln for Nebraska. And I did Elkhorn and Waverly, and they still had a great crowd at a Viking Stadium, very good crowd. But everybody that was in attendance that I could see within view of where I was at that were around me too, had their devices watching Nebraska and Illinois play. And you're going to see that tonight as well. Now, I've heard that tonight's game out at Waverly is going to be packed. It depends, number one, the weather situation, which looks like it's going to be nice by kickoff.
Yep.
And you're still going to have people watching the Nebraska-Minnesota game or keeping tabs on it. So it should be a good night because number one, Waverly hosting number two, Norris. Both teams undefeated. Waverly moved up to number one this week when Elkhorn North got upset last week. And then they get beat last night by Gretna East. So 2 straight losses for Elkhorn North, who was the number one team in B for much of this season. And now Waverly's in the top spot. Norris moves up. And then behind them, you got Bennington and Scott in the rankings, who are playing each other tonight as well. That game's up at Bennington. All these games kick off at 7. We'll have the Norris-Waverly game here on KFOR tonight. We'll be on the air at about 6:50. There'll be myself and John Harris on the call. And it's all brought to you by the KFOR Sportscasters Club. But those aren't the only two games.
No.
Now, Millard West and North Star will play in town. Those are 2, 4, and 3 teams that are going to go head-to-head tonight over at Seacrest. Lincoln East up at Omaha Bryan. Omaha South's in town to play Lincoln High. Standing Bear and Lincoln Northwest play out at UBT tonight. Pius is down at Beatrice. Northeast is on the road at South Sioux City. The other big game in town tonight has 2 highly ranked teams in Class C2, and that's Wahoo Newman and Lincoln Lutheran, and that's being played over at Aldridge Field at Pius. Those are, a game. That's a game in particular I think that's worth maybe watching and checking out. But, you're at a point now, fellas, where you're trying to get playoff seeding established and do so in the last 2 weeks of action. So playoff seeding for a lot of these teams that are undefeated or have one loss on the season, it really is starting to matter now. The other big game in the Metro tonight is Creighton Prep at Omaha West Side. And that historically has been one of the bigger rivalries in a lot of sports. And it's not just football. Basketball, baseball, they've been.
It runs deep.
It certainly runs deep. And it's usually those two, or it's Central and Prep, or Prep and Omaha North, if you want to go old school. But that's the other big matchup of the weekend in the Metro for sure. But some games that we're still watching, again, throughout the course of the evening. And, again, we're in the second to last week of the regular season. The pairings come out for the playoffs a week from tomorrow. And there was an article that was written by the Journal-Star this week about the likelihood of a low turnout of Lincoln teams in the playoffs, especially in Class A. And it's kind of, and this would be for the first time in like 10 years where you may have one, maybe 2 teams in A, and then you may have a team that's in C2 or whatever. The others are in Class B. But it's kind of disturbing to think about because, at the beginning of the season, Southeast looked very promising. They got a win last night over Benson, and then they have to play East next Friday night to maybe secure a spot to get in. East they need a win at Bryan tonight, which seems likely, but one of the last spots in the playoffs could come down to those 2 teams. And that should make for interesting football next Friday night. And that's a game that we'll have here on the radio next week. But it's amazing that you don't see a definitive Lincoln team in that pack of Class A that stands out. Everybody's in the Metro. Then you got Columbus and Norfolk's made the ratings in some polls this week. So it's mostly Metro. And depending upon if East or Southeast, whoever gets in next week, depending upon where they stand, they may go up against a team like a Prep or, a Millard South or somebody, depending on what the seating looks like. So
now, Moach, a question that I had with some of these canceled games, how does that affect seating? How's it affecting? I know Southwest had one just canceled, I believe, and just things like that. Does it help, hurt? Does it matter? Because it goes out as what is a 1-0 win, 2-0?
It's a victory, regardless. It's a victory. I think in Millard South's case, the thing that hurt them early was the forfeit that they had to do for themselves out in Las Vegas because of an issue regarding some NSA rules.
Okay.
So they had to forfeit that game. but I think that hurt them more so. I think, in essence, it doesn't make any difference because right now, if you look at the point standings, I believe Creighton Prep is the top team.
Okay.
So based upon what happens after tonight and next week, there could be a shift. If Prep wins over Westside tonight, then Prep's more than likely guaranteed to be the top team in the playoffs when the pairings are out next week. If Westside wins, obviously they would move up and so on. We've seen Elkhorn South in the mix there too, and then you got Millard South and so forth, Omaha North, and it kind of trickles down from there. But I don't think it matters too much to a degree where it's going to hurt them significantly, other than maybe that they won't get the top spot. That's what it boils down to.
How many teams make playoffs in Class A?
16.
16. Okay.
16. Now, when the playoffs first started 50 years ago this year, it was 4 teams.
Oh, wow.
They went 4 teams in each class. Then they expanded it to 8, I believe, 2 years later. And then in the 80s, sometime in the mid-80s, I believe they expanded it to 16. So they've had that 16-team format for a long time because for many years there were only 24 teams in Class A. Sometimes there were 32, depending on what the enrollment numbers were. But it's always been 24, so you want to take at least the top 16 and go. And, of course, as we've talked about on the show in recent weeks with the format, or at least the formula that they're going to use differently when they schedule the next 2-year cycle of games for football, you're not going to have a district. So this will be essentially the last year that they do a district champion, district runner-up, and then large teams that get in. Usually, for you to qualify for the playoffs as an at-large, you have to have at least 3 district wins. Northeast, I'll use them as an example. They're a team that's 5-2. I believe they have one district win, maybe 2. But if they get a win tonight, they could get in. But I've also heard, too, that they need not only this win tonight, but they need to beat Bellevue West next week. And there's a potential they could be a 6-3 team. If that's the case, they could be a 6-3 team that doesn't get in. And you that's where you begin to wonder, like, okay, how come we're starting to see teams that are 3-6, 4-5 get in 6? So I think next year is going to be the test where if they use the different formula to seed these teams, if it works or not. Also, the scheduling mechanism, too, will change to get it more even. Not as many lopsided matchups, hopefully, in Class A. But if this thing starts to work, that this is something that they'll probably stick with moving forward.
Speaking of lopsided losses, there was another one last night. Not going to be
there were 2.
Yes,
There were
2. But
two.
the one was an 8 in front of the number, and not going to be little the point of Millard South. I'm not going there. But for North Platte to show up and fight,
yeah,
for the entire game.
You drive 4.5, 5 hours east. You take on Goliath essentially, and you get beat 84-0, and you make the long drive back home. This is a Thursday night that you're playing, and you got to make that long road trip. Now, I don't know anybody from North Platte, and I wish I would, that had made those road trips for many years when they competed in high school athletics. It doesn't matter if it was football or basketball, but how they're able to do that on a regular basis, especially when they come to Lincoln, that they make those trips.
That's a commitment.
That is a commitment. And, based on the geographic differences in location, I mean, that's tough. I mean, especially you go on a Thursday night, you go into Omaha and you play Millard South, and you get ran out of Buell Stadium 84-0, but you don't give up. You play your ball.
I mean, that's one of those you could just, you could just go, you know what?
Right. And so you go out there and then you go back home. You make that long drive back. You got to be at school the next day, go to class. I know it's Friday. Maybe they got a break. I don't know. But, I mean, that's a challenge of its own. And I think that also teaches kids, what it's like, when you go into a situation where
you already know, you feel like you know the outcome.
You feel like you know the outcome, but you still need to do the job. Okay. That's part of life. But I also think, too, and we've talked about this with other teams recently, the Lincoln High forfeit with Millard South last week. A lot of people were saying, well, let the kids play. They need to learn how to, go in there, go play and battle. And then the other side saying, this is a safety issue.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I see both sides. Yeah, Millard South is big and powerful. Even their second and third string guys are tough. And so, there comes a safety concern. Now, we saw a postponement this week with Lincoln Southwest and Omaha Buena Vista.
Mm-hmm.
Buena Vista had some kids that were out and didn't have enough numbers properly to fully get a team established to play Southwest this week. So Southwest gets a forfeit. They win by forfeit. And Southwest is in a position now where they're not going to be eligible for the postseason because they don't have enough district wins essentially to get in. So I don't want to say that this is going to be the new trend moving forward, but if something isn't done when it comes to scheduling or to getting kids prepared or what, that you may see more of this happening, and not just in Class A. You go to the lower levels. We were up in Oakland, Nebraska this past weekend on a road trip and drove by Oakland Craig High School. 2 years ago, they were state champions. They don't have a football team this year because they don't have numbers. I think you're going to start seeing more of that, especially in the smaller school districts. I mean, Oakland Craig football was a team that you saw at Memorial Stadium winning a state title, and here they are, 2 years later?
No team.
There's no team. And that's unfortunate because that was always kind of the town identity or the school district identity or the area identity. And in this day and age where, you look at so many other different options plus other interests that kids may have, that might be an issue moving forward. So I know the NSAA, I know the schools are doing something to make sure they're encouraging kids to go out for athletics and in particular football. But, there's a lopsidedness going on, not just in A or B, but in other areas too.
But football goes on. It'll go on.
It will go on tonight.
Before we get you out, we got a couple things. We got a Moats question. We got to stump the Moats time.
You want my score prediction for
I'm getting there. We're not there yet.
Oh,
Stump the Moats first.
Okay.
Which one should I choose?
The one he can't answer.
Who holds the Class A record for the boys 110-meter hurdles?
Ooh.
You had football.
Wow.
In your mind, didn't you?
I was kind of thinking of football, basketball, baseball, maybe volleyball, softball. By the way, before I answer that, how about Lincoln Southwest softball?
I know. Get it done.
They got it done in a walk-off fashion, 5-4 in 8 innings over Papillion La Vista last night.
Monday night, Bowling Stadium, I believe.
Bowling Stadium, 7 o'clock Monday night for the Class A championship against Millard North. So the Silverhawks, who are now, I believe, 34-3 and have a chance to win another state title. That's Monday night. So congratulations to them.
Good luck to them. But
I did not know that had happened, and I'm going.
You're going to go watch that Monday night?
One of our coaches, the Norlinger, plays on that team. She hit a home run yesterday.
Yeah.
We're all going to go out and watch Monday night, 7 o'clock, Bowling Stadium.
Her mother is our insurance agent.
She's the best. They're a great family.
But to answer your question, can I get a lifeline, YZ?
Yeah.
School
or year?
Let's go year.
2019.
Ooh, in recent times.
Can I get another one?
School is Lincoln High.
Ooh.
He's got it.
It's he ran at Nebraska.
On the tip of my tongue.
Luff.
Yes. Darius Luff.
Darius Luff.
Well done. We got there. We still got an answer. That's all.
I got it in there.
Give me that Husker score prediction tonight. It's a 7.5 point line.
I'm going
lost 5 straight at Minnesota.
I am going to carry over my prediction for the morning show. I think Nebraska does snap that losing skid to Minnesota, and I think it's going to be Nebraska 34, Minnesota 27 in a nail biter.
I like it. So
there you go.
Most points predicted on the show so far, unless YZ does. I've already written mine down.
The actual retail price is.
God, don't give me that. I used to love that show.
Well, it's still on.
Is it on right now?
It's on in the newsroom.
Usually it's on. You
And
get a chance to watch it sometimes.
It's not on by choice. It's on there because of our media partner 1011 in case there's breaking news.
Yeah.
So you're not going to catch me watching Price is Right or Young and the Restless because I'm actually working. There you go. Anyway, fellas.
It's funny you brought up Young and the Restless, though. But tonight, where can they hear you at tonight?
All right, we're going to be here on KFOR tonight on the air at 6:50. Number 1 Waverly, number 2 Norris in Class B out at Viking Stadium.
Ooh.
It'll be myself and John Harris, and it's all brought to you by our fine members of the KFOR Sportscasters Club.
Awesome. Great stuff, Moach. Check these guys out tonight. It's okay if you're watching Nebraska. Turn on the radio and listen to these guys.
Yeah, turn us up. You can have us on in the background.
There you go.
So,
because if not, you'll hear Tim Brando tonight. You know how snockered he'll be.
Oh, you said it.
He will. He might be. So, Moach, thank you.
Have a good sports weekend, fellas.
The Almanac, Jeff Moach. When we come back, it's time. Nebraska, Minnesota, 7 o'clock tonight. We'll give our score predictions.
In the words of Jim Rome, that was epic.
Yeah, I got a text last night. As soon as it happened, it was like, the text was, where's the text I got? I was watching football. He goes, made it to state, blah, blah, blah. Want to go to the game? Yep. 7 o'clock, Monday night, Bowling Stadium. We're going to go.
Good deal.
My supporting it's fun in that group, the baseball group I was in. It's like we want to go watch the boys play, but their siblings supported that team so much. We also try to go out and support the siblings and watch them. Yep. It's a pretty big moment.
That's a good deal. And you know what? They have Southwest has got a very good shot. And I know Miller North's a pretty solid softball program. I mean, but you know, here in Lincoln, it's usually been Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they got a great thing going over there. So
it's fun. It'll be fun. Monday night looks to be a nice night too.
Yeah, should be nice actually for the next week.
Well, the weather look. You get past this, what's going on? The next 10 look really nice. Like in the
well, look out! You see the streaks of rain. You see the blue sky.
Yeah,
there.
That's what I want. I'm gonna wear my sunglasses today and roll my windows down.
Are you in LA?
No, I just want to do it. Like, dude, I always talk about this. Like, I did it a lot back home because the weather was more consistent. There's small windows of opportunity in Nebraska to sit on your patios where it's not windy and too hot. There's small opportunities to roll your windows down and just cruise with the air. You know, just we have great weather at times, but it's just small windows of opportunity.
Yeah. Well, last weekend it was beautiful.
Oh, I've been sitting outside on the patio every morning dark. It's gone away now, not as much, but I used to sit on the patio with a cup of coffee.
I can't do that. That's too early.
No, yeah.
I got to get ready for work. I don't want to get up at 3 o'clock and spend time out on the patio.
Oh, why not? God,
no. That's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
That's crazy. All right, fellas.
Thanks, Mozi.
Yep.
I am so ready. Well, that change. Okay, I got that in, boy. Let's go. Tim Brando. He comes on Jacksonville with the Ripaloo. Brando's a national treasure. Hopefully it's better than what I heard last time when he was doing the game.
Yeah,
I just heard it wasn't very good.
I think he had some whiskey before the game.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Last segment of the week. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Special thanks there to the Almanac Jeff Moats. Boy, I'm getting the feeling now. 7 o'clock. Under the lights. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nebraska favored tonight. Can they break that streak? I feel good about this one tonight.
I do too. I feel good about a win.
I do. I don't care about covering.
Yeah. I
think it's a game you go out and establish yourself. Like every game, but this is one of those. Again, I've said it all year long. It's like you're slaying the demons. And you can't know it's not in their heads. Last year started out 5-1 as well. Know how that went after that. Obviously a different football team. We're winning games late in games. Dylan's been dynamic in fourth quarters. This team, I just want to see him play 4 quarters of football.
Yep.
And take the fight to a team that has always taken the fight to Nebraska. And again, different teams, different years. I know that. Somebody said that to me, like, well, 5 years, different team. Yeah, I get it, but there's a mindset of going to Minnesota because they're always been the tougher team than us. Establish yourself in the trenches, win the football game.
It's true. If you don't beat yourself, I think you win this game. And DDT brought up a good point. I don't know if it's handily is the word, but I think you can. This is a team you can bury if you get ahead.
I don't anticipate this being a handily type game. It never has been. Minnesota's tough. The Big Ten is tough. Look what we've done at the last few games. I mean, it's Nebraska tonight. Get a win, be 6-1, can establish yourself maybe in that. You get to the top of the middle of the pack as a football team because opportunities are out in front of you. Tonight's an opportunity. Go to Minnesota, exercise that demon, win a football game against a team that historically has beaten you. Go to 6-1. Look ahead. You got Northwestern next week. I mean, it's all there. But I think tonight, I see a nice Emmett Johnson night. I know we've been talking about that a lot, but it's a nice Emmett Johnson type night. Establish and let them get going.
And there's like narratives behind that, but there's also like football reasoning and X's and O's that will tell you that Emmett Johnson should be successful on the ground.
My cautious is that we haven't seen this yet because we've overcome it. Don't beat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't beat yourself. I know we've had the interceptions. Don't get into the false start mode. Don't get into the dumb penalty mode. Don't get to the all that. Don't beat yourself. Game you won last week was your mental state was right to win that game. You're not going to win games losing a turnover margin. You're not.
Consistently.
You're not.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the norm.
Especially with a team like this and just how they play. Like that's what Minnesota and PJ Fleck teams feed off of is other teams beating themselves.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to give this like crazy score prediction. I've seen some out there like, wow, it's going to be, double digits here, Well, no, it's not. I think Nebraska will establish itself, but they're going to have to fight for this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it is. Be a sold out crowd. They'll be loud. They'll be ready to go. I got this like a 28-24 Nebraska. Just in a fight.
Yeah.
Just in a fight. But I think it's one of those where it's like you're going to be up and you're going to be hanging on. Minnesota's going to get some there's going to be adverse moments. I feel like it's a one-score game. It's another one-score football game.
I agree. I'm in the same boat a little bit. I just think, Minnesota, like we talked about earlier, their identity is running the football and running in between the tackles. PJ Fleck always has, teams that went in between the trenches and
it's crazy to say this is its worst running football team right now. The average 112.
Yeah. They've had banged up running backs, but they still play sound football. They still have some guys on their team that I think they're going to try and control time of possession, slow this game down a little bit. That's the only way they will have a chance to beat Nebraska, in my opinion. Yep. I think that sets up I think this game ends up right around the line. It's at 7.5.
Yep.
I got Nebraska 24-17. I think it'd be a little bit lower scoring, but I do agree with, the fight and the grit and the death by 1,000 cuts type of game.
And we'll say this, the team that has a chance to blow somebody out, Nebraska.
Yes.
Minnesota does not, in my opinion, blow Nebraska out. Nebraska has the potential to blow Minnesota out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it, but there's potential there.
Yeah. I think if Nebraska plays to their ceiling and Minnesota plays to not their potential, but if Minnesota plays how they've played this year and Nebraska plays to their ceiling, Nebraska will win this game by 30 points.
Yep, they can.
Yeah.
Also, after the game, final whistle after the game, the Real Red Reaction Show will be back Schmitty, Elijah, JP will be on the show. They'll be hanging out with you guys for a couple hours. I'm sure Bill Dolman's going to jump on with those guys. They'll be on, I believe, on YouTube, on the Average Joe Twitter page. They'll have it out there. They'll be everywhere. They'll be on their airwaves as well tonight, right? I'm guessing 10:30ish.
Yeah.
Elijah's expert analysis said the games have been going 3:20ish. So set yourselves up correctly for that because they'll be live right after the final whistle. All your comments, your reactions.
Ernesto, that song was Can You Feel It?
Can You Feel It?
The Nebraska edition.
Hey, be careful out there right now. I know it's rainy and stuff. Watch out for our gentlemen and ladies out there delivering stuff. Stay out of their way. Be careful. Don't run them over. Be nice. Be nice to each other as well. Enjoy your time tonight. Be safe. Stay blessed. Boy, we'll catch you on the Monday. Go Big Red.